Greetings, comics friends. It is time to see what that Wednesday do. It is TGIW. Thank God it is Wednesday. So another healthy week. I've realized that I have pretty much just swapped out Future State for a crap ton of indies. But I guess that's not. I mean, it's a step in the right direction, I suppose. Well, it's a step in a positive direction because the indies that I'm reading are better than Future State. So, if anything, but I mean, again, there's some variance in here. It's not the worst. It's not going to be the worst. So I did go ahead and pick up the third print of Amazing Spider-Man 55 just to have that full set of the white, the red, and the blue of the Gleason cover. Looks real sharp. I still think the original one's the best because it is webbing, which would be white. But the other ones are cool. I'm hoping that maybe I can get a 9.8 set of these just to kind of display next to each other. I think I have first and second prints out for grading, and I might have a couple of the third prints I can throw that way here soon. We'll see. I picked up the Deadpool Nerdy 30, so 30 years of Deadpool. It's so crazy to think. 30 years. Deadpool has been around longer than... How do I say this? Deadpool has been around longer... Deadpool is older than what Spider-Man was when I was born. That's bananas. So, if the year I was born, I was able to get an Amazing Fantasy 15, that book would be like 10 years newer at that time than if I got a New Mutants 98 today. Time is weird. Time is so weird. Anyway, I picked this up. I get most Deadpool stuff, so I picked that up. Deep Beyond #2, first issue of this was pretty banging. I'm picking anything that comes out. It's like it's a horror book. I've been getting because I've been loving all this horror stuff that's coming out. Eternals 3, first two issues were super cool. Thanos came along in issue 2. I really like the Eternals. I'm excited to see what happens with them in the MCU. But if they're wanting to build some hype for that by coming out with a good limited series in comics, I'm along for the ride. Homesick Pilots, again, in my top probably 3 indie books that are coming out now. I picked up both A and B covers. Last Witch, this is beautiful. It's boombox. It's the art is just super endearing. The story's been great. I can't recommend Last Witch enough. I think it is going to be a limited series, maybe 5 or 6 issues. Maybe wait for trade or whatever, but in some way I suggest reading that. Maniac of New York #2. The first issue of this was really good. Again, it's not so much horror as it is slasher. But it was good. I think this is only 3 issues long. But it had a couple things going for it. It was horror-ish and Aftershock. I say this almost every week that I get Aftershock stuff, which is pretty much every week because I get so much Aftershock stuff. Aftershock is probably my favorite indie publisher right now. Their stuff is just so good, and it's so not like anything else that's out there. Nonstop Spider-Man #1. I'm really curious to see what this is about. So this is a new Spider-Man ongoing, but it's supposed to be the stories are just all action. So I'm guessing they're gonna leave whatever overall plot development of Spider-Man in ASM, and this is just going to be fun action stuff, which is great because Amazing Spider-Man lately has been too much of the opposite. It's been just way too much just development, and which on its own isn't bad, but the development hasn't been great. But let me just get some spider action, right? I'm excited for that. Another Aftershock joint, Scout's Honor. This series had me hooked from the solicit, and after reading the first 2 issues, I'm still just super, super into it. Again, the general idea is apocalyptic future. People find what would be the analog to a Boy Scout's guide or Boy Scout's manual or whatever, and it's treated with great reverence. There are some people that kind of view it as a holy book, but there are these ideas of these rangers or scouts that go out there to kind of protect people from all the nastiness that's going on, and they follow this scout's manual. This is a great story. It's a great idea. Strange Academy 9. I went for this variant because this variant was really cool. But Strange Academy has continued to be great. Jenica 2, number 5. I think this is number 5 of 6, so this is almost finished. Has also been a good little miniseries. I like TMNT miniseries. The main book is absolutely fantastic. It's so good. But there is a lot going on, and sometimes it's nice to get these little side stories. Particularly when it's just like one character, right? It's just a little bit easier to digest. You don't have to be as caught up as in what's going on with everything. It's just, here's just this character kind of doing their own thing for a little bit. I really like that. Wolverine Black, White, and Blood, number 4. These have been fun little Wolverine stories. Again, I don't read a lot of the X-Men stuff. I do read Wolverine's ongoing. But it's nice to have, a mutant character to read where I don't need to know all that's going on with all the X crap. And this is nice little stories there. This was an off-the-shelf pickup that I don't remember reading about. But I saw it there and quickly kind of looked up, like, what is this about? But apparently it's a modern take on Robin Hood. I do enjoy the Robin Hood story. I don't know if it's going to be good as Robin Hood Men in Tights, which obviously is the best take on Robin Hood. But we'll give number 1 a shot. Immortal Hulk. Oh, this is a good week. This is a good week for Marvel, isn't it? Immortal Hulk number 44. And I'll put this right up there. Daredevil number 28. My 2 favorite Marvel books that are coming out right now. Got them both this week. It's a good week. If you're not on them, get them. Rorschach number 6. I'll see it out. It's not great. I want it to not be around anymore. Don't get it. The Joker. So this is an ongoing. I do love villain ongoings. I think it presents a very interesting challenge for the writer, and it's just a lot of fun. I really like the Doom series we got. I think it ended up being 10 issues long. I don't know if that was actually if that was supposed to be a limited series or was an ongoing that got cut. I don't know. But I love books that are about the villain. So I'm excited to read that. I did get this Punchline variant of it as well. And the last-ish thing is Proctor Valley Road. So this is Grant Morrison doing a horror book. Hard to go wrong there. So I picked that up and a couple of variants. Is it a bull? Is it a minotaur? I don't know, but it looks super cool. I really, really wanted the Virgin variant of this, and one of my stores had it, but it had a really nasty spine tick in it. So I went for the trade dress just because this image is so cool. And then there was a Momokes. I picked up the Momokes variant of it as well, which I have no idea who this is. I don't think I would like to meet them in a dark alley or a light alley or any alley at all. But it was a cool looking cover, so I picked it up. So that is it. I think I didn't get any extra, old stuff or pops or toys or anything like that. That was it. It was a pretty solid week. Again, cutting out all of the variants, cutting out, I don't need to read this again, obviously. Oh boy, because I got 2 Homesicks. Yeah, so that cuts out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. So that's the actual reading stack. This is okay. I'm pretty okay with this. A little lighter would be nice, but a lot of these are limited series, so that's gonna calm down a little bit. Not that I'm not gonna pick up other series to replace them, but we're getting back to some sense of normalcy, and I appreciate that. So that is it. Let me know, as usual, what you got, what I missed, what are you most excited for this week. I am curious to know. Also, I want to put this out there. As of this recording, tomorrow, so that would be Thursday, March 11th, 2021, I am going to be hosting an auction, a comic book auction on my YouTube channel tomorrow, on Thursday, March 11th, at 8 p.m. Central. It's going to be me and a couple of my friends hanging out and putting books on auction. Some will be sort of buy it now type stuff. So if you want to see what I and some of my friends have to throw up and see if there's anything that interests you, chance to maybe get some good books for some great deals. Who knows? But check it out. And if you're not even looking to buy, just come in and hang out on a live stream and see what's going on. And that's it. So like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. But most importantly, don't forget to make yours Titan. This video is brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.